Hey guys, it's Teresa Horn with Raging Book Reviews coming to you to talk about some books for November that I picked up. I have the first one here. It is Justin Cronin, The Passage. It's a pretty thick book, so it should be a good story. This is actually a trilogy. So the second book in it is The 12, which I think is out now or is coming out. And then there's the third book, which I don't know what that one is yet. The Passage is about a girl who is abandoned in the forest, and a special agent comes to track her down. And there's this weird thing happening in the forest. And so he is trying to save her from that, and some story that follows along with that. Looks like a really cool story and book, so I picked it up. The cover is amazing. So interested in seeing that one. The next one that I have is Children of Eden by Joey GRACEFFA. This guy was a YouTube star, or is a YouTube star. I haven't followed his show, but I did see that he came out with a book not too long ago about his life, or his YouTube life, not sure. And it was a bestseller. Everybody seemed to love it. So when I saw this one, which is his novel, Children of Eden, it looks really cool. The cover is like a boy and a girl, seeming like they're together, not sure. The back is very vague. So it's like some escape from some place that this person is in. It's not really saying much, only that they're trying to get over this wall and they're scared of what's on the other side. So you can't be mad at that. So that looks interesting, looks really cool. The next book is actually a book club book of mine, The Woman in Cabin 10 by RUTH WARE. This book is has been getting a lot of good reviews on it. Some people are saying that it's very scary and terrifying. I don't know, I don't get scared very easily with books. So The Woman in Cabin 10 is about a journalist that goes on a cruise to cover a story, and while on that cruise she hears something really weird, like someone being thrown overboard. But when they look to see and account for all of the guests, everyone's accounted for. So there's some really weird things happening on this cruise, and we're gonna find out what in this book. So really interested in that. That's my November book club book. Next one I got was DARKTOWN by Thomas MULLEN. This one seems so cool and different. And I say that because the storyline is like set in this kind of post-war, early 1900s. I think it happened in like 1940s or something like that. And they couldn't have a black police force. So what they did was they had like 8 black men that were on the police force that could only police in the black areas of town, which they named DARKTOWN. But something happens one night where a white man is driving a woman and slams into a pole in DARKTOWN. So it is actually in the jurisdiction of these black officers. The white male driver gets off, of course, and the woman ends up dead and missing a couple days later. And this is kind of the story of what happens with that case, but then a really cool kind of underlying story about the times back then. So I think that this one will be super, super interesting. I can't wait to read and get my hands and my eyes into this book, and a review will be coming soon. My last one that I picked up was The Mothers by BENNETT. This one is so cool to me because it's just about family and secrets, and how you're growing up from your youth and into your adulthood, and how some of those secrets that you had when you were a kid kind of follow you into adulthood. So I thought that this book would be very interesting for readers who kind of have that story in their background, and they had something weird happen to them when they were a kid, and then you kind of see how it affects you as an adult. So the story follows a girl, Nadia, and I think Nadia ends up having something happen in her youth with a guy that she was dating, which is a preacher's son, I think. And so as they become adults, it kind of harks back to that time when they were young and that secret. So I can't wait to figure out what that secret is. But this is a Black author, which is another thing that's really cool, that you see something that is not kind of urban fiction written by a Black author. So I love books like that. Anyway, that's it for my November haul. I did get Saga, the comic book that's coming in the mail. It hasn't got here yet, but I'm going to continue that series on. I'm on number 6, volume 6. So you guys can follow me with that one too. Check me on all social media under author TR Horn. And you can look at the blog of all my book reviews on ragingbookraeviews.wordpress.com. Thanks so much, guys. Have a good day. Make sure to subscribe.